Good morning. Friday morning. I'm in the woods with the two Labradors, New Forest. It's a chilly morning, overcast but very still. And listen. You may be able to hear the rustle of the Labradors in the trees. And they'll probably appear in a minute. Here we go. There they go. There were some deer down here in the distance a few minutes ago. They've long since gone, but I'm sure the dogs can smell them. It's a challenging day. Friday the 26th of September. Today would have been my husband's 53rd birthday. He died in April this year. We were together just under 30 years and I adored him and he adored me. And he died very quickly of an undiagnosed disease. But I don't really want to go into that because it's too upsetting, and I've done quite a lot of crying already today because I do cry a lot. And I'm happy to admit that because it just happens. And sometimes it's the only way to get through the day. So I'm at a place called Clay Hill, which is between Lyndhurst and Brockenhurst. They're doing quite a lot of work on the road between the two towns, villages, because they're clearing back the trees because they overhang the road, and so they're chopping them back so there's temporary traffic lights, and so it took a little while to get in here. It's quite a big car park. I think I've seen a deer. And the question is, did the Labradors? I think is that deer or Labrador? I can't see from here. It is quite deer territory around here. If I put you up high, you might be able to see. I can't. Ah, that's certainly a Labrador. Labrador, the chocolate variety, otherwise known as Maisie. Question is, where's Molly? So Molly's not one that usually goes too far. So we're not worried about it just yet. There's also a stream down here that's probably not... Oh, is that Molly? So there's a bit of a stream down here. It might have dried up again because it has rained for a few days. Actually, that sounds like Molly. Crash, crash, crash. Yes, that's Molly. There she is. Good. She's going down to the water. She just spotted me in the distance. And now they're going down to the water. Sorry if I'm a bit sniffly. Just had a big cry. I've blown my nose, but it's still a bit sniffly. So I remember years ago, we were on a holiday in Austria. We went to Salzburg. And inevitably, we did the Sound of Music tour, which included a coach trip. And we sat in front of this middle-aged American lady who sniffed every few seconds. And after a while, it became a bit annoying. So Steve turned around and offered her a tissue. Ugh. Well, that's a nasty colour. Oops, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, so you offered her a tissue, to which she said, I have allergies. To which Steve said, what, to air? At that point, she stopped sniffing. And didn't sniff anymore. So it obviously worked. It was one of those moments that were slightly embarrassing, but also very funny. So yeah, so we're going to do a walk today that's probably about an hour and a bit. Try and clear my head a little bit. You can come on the journey with me and see how we get on, but we're coming up to the first or second gate. We've been through one already because we're currently in the enclosure. We're going to come out of the enclosure cross a ride over to the other side. So we'll get through this gate and then we'll see how we get on. Excuse me, Maze. Labradors crosses your path. I wonder if they've mended this gate. This gate has been a bit... Right, can you wait, please? Just wait. Let me undo the gate first. Oh, they have mended the gate. That looks like a new post to me. Oh, yes. So. Oh, yeah. Very nice. This gate was a bit manky, but they've replaced the posts on the hinges and also the one that locks it. Excellent. Oh yeah, look, you can see there's some sawdust on the floor, on the ground. Okay, so this gets very boggy during the winter. It's not quite there yet, but it will be soon. So let's go up to the other gate, which is up through here. There's actually someone in the distance, can't really see, but I think they're picking up things. Probably foraging. Yes, a plastic bag and bending over repeatedly. So, behind all these ferns is another gate, which the Labradors know how to get to, but I can't get through there. So we go up here and round. Go on, go find it. I'm a-coming. Hey labs, right, can you just wait a minute while I get the gate. Go on, through you go. There we go. One of the things that I do need to do when I get home is plant some daffodil bulbs. So I have counselling once a week from a nice chap who's a grief counsellor, specialises in bereavement, and it's really helping. I can't tell exactly how it's helping, but I just find it useful. And he popped up on Monday, because that's the day I have the counselling, with 2 bags of bulbs, narcissus or narcissi daffodils. So I'm not going to plant them in the garden because I don't want them in the garden. I want them in pots because I want to be able to see them from the back door. So I'm going to put them in pots. There's probably about 15, 20 bulbs, so that'll do quite a few pots, I reckon. Depending how big the pots are. And they'll come up in spring. And the beauty of that is I love daffodils. They're very pretty and very bright, and I love the yellow. But the trouble is, as soon as the sort of flowers go, they just look a bit dull. So with pots, as soon as the flowers have died back, you can just move the pots out of the way. So that's the plan anyway, when I go back this afternoon. The girls are really having a nice time this morning. We've not been this way for a while, so there's lots of new sniffs and smells. Hi, Maisie. Alright, just carry on. Just walk through a cobweb. Really makes your nose tickle. Go on. So if you are enjoying these little jaunts of mine, and me wittering on, please do give me a thumbs up or a like. I'd love to read your comments. There's a comment from a chap who said he had, I'm assuming it was a man, I don't know, it might not have been, from a person who had 2 labs, and said it was really lovely to see the labs running free, not having to chase balls and stuff. We do balls occasionally, but they both get very sort of, well, obsessed with balls. That's the problem. And it becomes a bit difficult. So Maisie likes to carry the ball and will not drop it. Molly always drops the ball. She wants you to throw it, but the second she drops it, Maisie picks it up and runs off. So we end up having so many balls that it's a bit silly. So yeah, I prefer to come out in the woods and let them have a run round, have a good sniff, eat something they shouldn't do, get wet. All the things that Labradors love, really. Because next week, Molly, my love, you'll be housebound because you'll be in a onesie, having been spayed. But it only lasts 10 days, then it'll be okay. Just got to be very careful that she doesn't jump up because she might hurt herself. She's good at that. These are all foxgloves here. Incredible. Digitalis. When they come up in spring next year, it's going to be so pretty along here. There are so many. I've got about 4 in my garden. There's thousands here. Well, it's hundreds. All over here too. They look really healthy as well. And that's a euphorbia there, I think. Native euphorbia. I always forget those names, so I always think of euphoria. It reminds me of euphorbia. So, onto a gravel path briefly. That's downhill, we're not going that way. I'm going up this way, but we're not going up to the gate. We're going to go almost to the gate, then shoot off to the right. Some logs here. Looks like oak. I think it's oak. And they have individual numbers on. Every number probably refers to some database somewhere that says that log is that long and that wide and cut down then. F56383. So they're left here to sort of dry out and sort of get ready because they'll be full of moisture for months and months and months. They season the logs and then they can work with them. So I think those look like oak. Yeah, I think they are. I think some of these ones look like pine. I think that's pine there. Yeah, that's pine. See by the scaly bark. Not sure what that is. And that looks like some more oak. That's very old oak. That's probably a couple 100 years old. Isn't that amazing? And those are the bits, the branches and stuff they've also chopped off. They probably use that for chipboard, MDF and stuff, whereas that stuff down there and everything will probably be used for furniture or building construction. Talking like I'm an expert, I haven't a clue. All right, I'm coming. Sorry. Am I holding you up? Molly? Mole, this way. Come on. Good girl. Back onto a gravel path and more logs. Keep the log fire going for a while. I've been playing with the settings on the phone, as you do, so hopefully this might be 4K I'm recording in. I don't really know what that means. I must admit, when it comes to video and pictures, not very good. Quite good with sound, making things sound rather lovely. That was a previous job of mine. I'll tell you about that sometime. So this is 4K video, so whether it looks any different to you, I do not know. Depends what you're watching on. If you're watching on a small phone, won't make a difference, will it really? So, we've been this way before. This way is called rhododendron gates, because the rhododendrons that were very tall here are growing quite nicely. I think I've showed you this pile before that was the rhododendrons. They will survive. I'm wearing my leaves like a sash around me, and these bits keep rattling. It's quite annoying. Let me hold them. It's better, isn't it? It's so quiet. Apart from a very distant rumble of traffic, which might be picked up by the microphone, it might not be. But there's not a drop of wind. As you can see, look at the trees. Perfectly still. Even the small, tiny bits of leaves here. Absolutely no movement at all. The only slight breeze is from Labradors' tails. Hey, Maisie. Don't jump up, Molly. Molly! Maze, tell her not to jump up. Right, come on. Let's carry on. Got some gravel path walking to do in a minute. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Oh, don't mind me. Only once being knocked over by them. I think it was Molly when she was a bit younger. Didn't quite learn how to stop properly. She came up from behind, and I was like a bunch of skittles, just went flying. So it was quite scary in here, coming up at speed behind you. Please don't knock me over, please don't knock me over. That's downhill, we're not going that way. That's uphill, we're not going that way. We're going straight on. I met up with a former colleague, now friend, yesterday, and we went for a walk up at Deer Leap. Sort of around the sort of almost Deer Leap loop, I suppose you could call it. And while I was waiting for her to arrive, because I got there a bit early, there's a ranger's sort of van parked there with the sort of open top thing with some display boards and some information. And I got chatting to the ranger, and she was very kindly gave me some poo bags, and I had some already, which she was obviously very pleased with, but she gave me some more. And then she started talking about something I didn't know, that most dogs, if you have a dog, you do sort of flea and tick treatments and worming treatments like that. And they can consist of either tablets, which they take monthly, or a liquid you put on the back of their shoulders and it sort of gets absorbed through the skin. And both those treatments, through poo and also swimming, can cause ecological problems. So, for example, my two have like worming and flea treatment tablets once a month, which stop the worms, ticks and fleas. It's very effective. It's only just like one tablet once a month, or one big tablet, a small tablet once every few months sort of thing. But that also gets flushed out in their poo, in the faeces, understandably. And if you don't pick the poo up in the forest or in open plains on the lawns and stuff, not only can that be eaten by horses, but also insects that land on it because they go, ooh, food, then eat the poo, and because it's got like an insecticide, because it's got like a tick treatment and a flea treatment, then kills them. So it's killing insects which would ordinarily sort of break down the poo and use it for food or feeding or whatever. It zaps them as well. Likewise, the liquid version of that sort of medicine, which you put on their back, between their shoulder blades or down their back, if they then go in streams, that gets washed off and enters the ecosystem. So, challenging really, isn't it? So I suppose, if you are going to use the drops on the back, well, there's not much you can do about that really, and they go in the water. And I suppose unless you keep them out of the water until it's sort of a few days later and it's sort of gone. Or I guess, if you are using the tablet form, always pick the poo up. I think I prefer that option. I didn't like the one on the back because it stinks. It also comes off on the furniture. And it's a bugger to try and actually get on their back because you've got to try and pull the fur back to get to the skin. So last time we came this way, we came up that path. And I think we're going to carry on this path actually, because it's quite a nice path, but I don't want to go that way because that takes us far too long. Let's carry on. So basically yesterday I got some free poo bags and some education, which I quite enjoyed. And then another lady came on and said, it's a very good idea this, but can we have more rubbish bins in the car parks across the forest? Apparently there's only about 2 or 3 bins in the big sort of well-used car parks, including the one at Deerleap. And it costs about £12,000 a year. So obviously having bins everywhere else would be far too expensive, which is a shame. Because I think bins might encourage more people to pick up the poo, because who wants to be carrying a poo bag around in their pocket? Well, empty one's fine, but once it's a bit full, by heck, they stink. Quite nice in the winter though, because it's quite warm. Ow. Just wanted to show you this because it's really interesting. Can you see how all the trees are sort of trimmed to a certain height? And you can see right through underneath. That goes for over here too. Can you see that? That's like deer head height. So deer can reach to a certain point amongst the leaves, but anything above that they can't reach. Look at the Labradors. It's quite pretty, isn't it? Last time I came this way there were quite a few sloe trees down here, or sloe bushes. I've made sloe gin once before. It's a bit of faff really, because you have to prick each individual sloe. Let's have a look here. That looks like a sloe bush. It's not moving. Haha. Good if it was, they've all gone. Oh no, it's not a sloe bush, it's a hawthorn. Duh. Oh, I've got my tissue. I almost went to the beach today with the girls because they absolutely adore the water, but potentially I'm going to the beach on Sunday instead. Because it looked quite miserable when I opened the curtains. I thought, I don't really want to go to the beach today. It's all a bit overcast and a bit grim. So we came out instead. And I actually think it's brightening up. There's an aeroplane in the distance. We're not going that way. We're not going that way. We're actually going to go this way, down the Frohawk ride, so we can find some fritillaries. Go this way around. Come on, labs. 1, 2. Guess we're about halfway now, ish. Can't see, it's so cloudy, I can't actually see that aircraft. It sounds like a light aircraft. And in the distance I can hear a jet, probably taking off from Southampton, or maybe heading towards Bournemouth. Can you hear both those? All I can hear is Labrador, actually. Where are they? They're there. Right, come on you two. Down the throat hawk. Why are they waiting for me? Go on then. There's water down here. Off they've gone. Splash. Yep, they've been in the water. I just had them shake. Now they're coming back to tell me. You've been in the water? Yeah? Go on then, go again if you want. Maisie looks so pleased with herself. Off they go, straight in again. Or maybe not. Oh no. Oh, decisions. Perhaps they're not very deep. Let's have a look. This sort of ditch here, got a bit of a pool next to it. We actually named Lucy's plunge pool because Lucy was a previous chocolate Labrador who absolutely adored this. As does Maisie. Go on then, in you go. Go on. Go on, Maze. Go on. Go on, go in. Let's push past Molly. Molly, let her in. That's not fair, is it? Right, Maze, quick, go in. Go on, in you go. Go on, quick. Go on, Maze. There we go. Oh, is that nice? Yeah? Come on then. Ugh. Every time it gets me, every time. Right, come on, Labradors. Let's carry on walking. Thank you. I've got clean jeans on. Not anymore. Just watched a pony and trap go past. Of course I didn't film it because I forgot to. So we're going straight on here. And there's a walker ahead, so that doesn't matter, they'll be fine. But that was the Frohawk, that's the other end of the Frohawk ride. It's not a big ride, it's quite pretty though. It's nice in the it's nice right in the deep of summer because you get so many butterflies. Well, that was slightly embarrassing. It was the ball. He had a ball in his hand. I know we've got cyclists. Maze, come over. Come on, Molly, come. Right here, come on. Thank you very much. Go on, in. Cool, it's all go this part of the forest, isn't it? Pony and trap. The dog walker that had a ball in his hand, so Maisie kept jumping out saying, give the ball, give the ball, give the ball. And then a cyclist. Well, that's fun. It's nice to see people. Sometimes it's nice not to see people, but sometimes you just think, am I all alone in the world? Sometimes you wish you were, but then you get a plethora of people. So, they are in there somewhere. Don't know where. Don't really care, they'll be back. We're going to stay on this gravel path for a bit, and then we're going to shoot off to the left in a moment. Go down the hill, up the other side, and dive into the woods again. Look at these sloes, they're beautiful. So many. I love the colour. Oh, how ripe are they? Oh, they're quite squidgy. So they're actually pretty good. They are very bitter. They're great to make things with, like gin, and my dad used to make sloe wine. I think he used to have to use cast iron corks. That's a quote from Tony Hancock. Some people might get that. I can imagine most people won't. But I'm a bit of a fan of classic 1950s and 60s comedy. Mainly through my dad, really. Always used to listen to Hancock and The Goon Show and Round the Horn. So yeah, forgive me if I do quote some occasionally. So up here a bit, then we're going to go off to the right and through a sort of woody path I quite like. I usually go the other way, so it'd be interesting to come this way because I don't do this very often this way. Looks like I'm going to have to bend down. Look at the pair, I'm trying to work out how to get through this. Come this way, look. Right, go over there. There we go. Ouch. I'm caught up. Oh, that's quite low, isn't it? Gosh, how many trees are down here? There's one there, one here. Another one, I think, actually the other end of it's there, isn't it? So one tree's taking down about 3 trees. It's quite sad, actually, isn't it? Right, let me do my limbo. Bear with me. Oh my God, Father, that is quite low. Ow! I'm under the tree. And because I've got a phone in one hand, I can't balance very well. And it's quite low. Bear with me. Oh my Lord. That was more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Oh well. Yeah, doesn't look very high. It isn't very high. It's about 1 metre and a bit. I'm not as supple as I used to be. Or as subtle. Right, come on. Where's the other one? Oh, it's white in the distance. Bear with me. Oh. Well, it is peaceful here, isn't it? Apart from the dogs. I quite like this time of year. I like spring when it's all starting to come back. But this time of year is where it all sort of tries to hang on, doesn't it? Leaves are sort of falling a bit. Not quite. The ferns are still mostly upright, although they're looking different colours at the moment, lots of different colours, from the sort of real deep green through to the sort of lighter green and lighter browns. Labs are off to the left. I think got a hunt round. Got the smell of who knows what. Up here on the right is a lookout. For the decade and a half I've been coming this way, I've never seen anyone in it. I shall show you, it's just up here. I guess it's for people that want to sort of come and watch the deer. I don't know really. Don't see that many deer this way. Here it is. Get a bit closer for you. Quite treacherous to climb, but it's like a big high chair. There we go. You can see that all right? So, looks like fall of the trees over there. So, quite a lot of steps. Somewhere you can sort of sit with your legs swinging out the top. Has a sign on it. No unauthorised persons be allowed beyond this point. What's that, about 6 foot? So yeah, so where does it look? So it looks that way really. Obviously we're a bit higher up the thing than I am on the ground, but yeah. Perhaps this is a very deery area that I've just never been here when the deer are here. Who knows? There goes Molly, never stops. Right, okay, so we're going to go up through the woods now. Leave the lookout behind us. Bye-bye lookout. Keep an eye out for deer. Let us know if you find any. Wave a flag or something. So I actually do want to sort of go a bit more this way. I like this sort of path. You very rarely find people on these paths. Obviously people do walk them because you can see they're quite used well. But I like the fact is they're deep in the wood, off the beaten track. Dogs absolutely adore it. And it's a proper woodland walk really. Oh, Maisie's found a stick. I wonder how she decides that's the stick for me. Oh, perhaps she hasn't decided. Are you calling my bluff? Yeah? Go on then. I love this tree. It's a very old tree. It's been down probably a long time. But it's amazing because most of the bark's now come off it, but the way it sort of twists round and the roots at the end have still got soil in between it. You'll see from the other side where Maisie is. That's obviously been there for a very long time. And the hole that it came out has almost filled in. But look at this. I found that slightly creepy in a way. There's the very heart of the tree there. Isn't that amazing? How long has that soil been there? It sort of obviously came up when the tree fell over. The hole that was left has sort of filled in quite a lot now. But there's the very bottom, the very heart of the tree, and the way that the roots all sort of fan out. And they're really tall, because look, they go right up here, and that bit over there hanging down. And the soil that's actually sort of in it, it's like concrete. It's incredible. And obviously something is rotting away in there, because there's lots of sort of sawdust and stuff. Well, it's not sawdust, it's just dust, isn't it? Wood dust. But anyway, that's that tree. It probably fell over a couple of decades ago. Let's carry on up the hill. Like I say, I don't usually go up the hill, I usually come down the hill, so it's always a bit weird looking back where you came and trying to work out where the path was, because it's quite easy to find the path when you're going down. I suppose I could walk backwards. I'm not sure it works though. Come on then, girls, let's carry on. That's that's a horse chestnut, Molly. Bit spiky. And not a very green hedgehog. So, almost at the top of the path. You can see the main path just ahead of us, and a whole load of kids have just gone past. I say kids, teenagers I think they are. It look like they're doing some sort of orienteering thing, so whether it's for scouts or for school or the Duke of Edinburgh. Huge big backpacks, they're probably about 3 times as big as them, carrying maps and looking like they're really enjoying themselves. And frustratingly, they've gone the way that I want to go, which is a bit annoying because they walk very slowly. You can see they don't really want to do it and not really enjoying themselves. So I think what we might have to do is catch up with them and go past them. I hope they don't ask for directions, because I've got a very, very bad habit of giving them the wrong directions. Because I always think to myself, wow, they've got a map. Got to learn somehow. I did. I was orienteering when I was at school. I was quite enjoying it, actually. Now there's some horses just up here, which we'll have a look at when we get a bit closer. Looks like 3. 2 brown and a white one. Oh no, there's 4. I think they're brown, I can't really see from here. Let's go have a look. They're just sort of waiting, thinking, oh, what are we doing? One of us make a decision, where should we go next? Tell you what, why don't you open that gate for me? Is that what you're thinking? Hello everyone. Labradors are off to the left, which is good. You've got a collar on you, haven't you? They're pretty horses. Hi all. Oh, you're pretty, aren't you? Maisie, this way. Come on. You're a very pretty horse with your blonde mane. Okay, so there's the gate. I think the orienteering party have gone off to the right, which is brilliant because that's the way I'm not going. We're going straight on into a part of the forest that I really quite like. It feels very old, very ancient forest, massive big old oak trees and things. Right. Look, someone's written no cycling on that. That's obviously a walker that doesn't like cycling. But bear with me. Go on, through you go. And they've gone down that way. We're not going that way, but Molly probably wants to go have a look. We're going this way. Across this bit of lawn. Through that gap there. And we're about 10-15 minutes away from the car now, so we're almost at the end of the journey. Maisie, Molly, this way. Come on. Come on, you two. We're going this way. Come on. Oh, hit by an acorn then. Right, come on, you two. You're going to sleep this afternoon, aren't you? I'm gagging for a cup of tea and a biscuit. Oh, I haven't got any biscuits, but I have got some Dorset apple cake that I made yesterday, which I'm really looking forward to having, because Dorset apple cake is nearly always better the day after because it gets a bit more moist and the sort of the apple juice runs out the apples a bit more into the cake. So yeah, a piece of Dorset apple cake and a big mug of tea. How very British am I? So this is the bit of the forest that I really quite like. Hear that crunching? It's all acorns. There are so many oak acorns on the ground. Look at them all. Absolutely everywhere. And they're crunchy, crunchy. So yeah, this bit feels very old. Old and gnarly. Like a dinosaur's graveyard with all the bits of tree and wood fallen, like old bones. Don't know where the Labradors are. They're somewhere off in the distance that way. I can hear a train in the very, very distance. We'll carry on, they'll catch up, I'm sure. See what I mean about all the trees and the bones? I'll show you up here. There's a good old fallen beast up here, a bit like that tree we saw earlier. This is much more gnarly though, and very pretty. I think someone's gathered the wood together here actually. Let me take you over. Look at that. It's like a dead carcass. Isn't that amazing? Where are the Labradors? Can't be bothered to whistle just yet. I've probably got to find those kids in case they have food. Not heard any screaming though, so I'm sure it's okay. Might go and sit on that log ahead of us. Wait from there. Give a whistle in a minute. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Ferns in the distance. Sadly, they're Labradors. Yes, that log looks quite comfortable. We shall lean against that for a moment. Do I hear any dogs? No. Gonna have to whistle in a minute. Yeah, I think I'm going to lean on this bit just there. So bear with me. Oh, that's nice. That's quite good, actually. Right, stand by. I'm going to whistle. See if that works. Here comes another whistle. And one more. Right, let's give that a minute. See if anything appears. We'll have another whistle. Just wet my lips slightly. Should I worry? Is it worth worrying? Oh, that sounds like a tree falling. It's just a branch. I'm going to whistle again. I'm going to shout now. Oh, what's this? Oh, where the hell have they been? Well done. You came back then. Where have you gone? How the hell did you go that way? You must have a journey round. Goodness me. Right, you can have some biscuits for that. There's some treats in my pocket. Right, can you both sit down? Molly, sit down. Molly, sit down. Molly, sit down. Maisie, Molly, Maze. And well done. Get another couple more. Hold on. Sorry. 1, 2. Well done, girls. Thank you. How they came from that way when they disappeared that way. They must have gone all the way around. You astound me. Right, come on, let's carry on, get back to the car. So, joined by both Labradors for a change. They've both been doing a disappearing act for quite some time, the last 5-6 minutes. And we're almost back at the car. Just the other side of these trees, really, about another few hundred metres. You can hear the road noise in the distance. Might be being picked up by the microphone, but otherwise might not be. They have ran so much. We've been going about an hour and a half, actually. It's been quite nice. I've even got my coat off now, or my fleece, because it's not cold. It's not warm, but it's not cold. It's a nice temperature, actually. It's good temperature for walking. Sort of needed my welly boots, although they are dry, which is nice. So this is the last bit of lawn which leads you back to the car park, and then I've got to negotiate getting out onto the road that's got these temporary traffic lights on. Have you enjoyed yourselves, girls? I hope you have. You going to sleep this afternoon? You were a bit wet, but you look a bit dry now, Maze. Molly certainly is, because she just burns it off so quickly, because she's always running constantly. So there we go. That's my walk for the day. I hope you've enjoyed it, if you've lasted to the end. Whenever I see crab apples, I just think, oh, more crab apple jelly, but I've got so many jars of it at home. If you have enjoyed the walk, please do leave a comment or a thumbs up. Nice to know that you're there. Or if you have any suggestions, i.e. stop videoing, I don't mind. Say what you want. And with that, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.